Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working on and possibly wrapping up Dying of Dryads. Yeah, pretty much, Salmon, not gonna lie, that's pretty much what it is. But today should be the end. Things go according to plan. So what did I do last time? Because I said, hey, I'm gonna fix things, I'm gonna make things right and good in the world. I did. All the styles are in. I did. Okay, fuck it. I couldn't use paintings for everything. All right, I had to use a little bit of Rigura artwork. There just isn't a lot of what I'm working with here. So we've got all of the boons. Scroll down. All the banes. Scroll all the way down. And finally, we have combat. And as you can see, I had lost faith in humanity. As you can tell by my funny, because I was just losing my mind a smidge here. However, I have it. It works. My idea, anyway. It should work. So tonight's goal is to get combat done. And before I forget, I'm gonna open up. Got my handy PDF file here. As you can see, I was reviewing how damage works. Now, as I kind of explain how damage works, I have to you kind of got to understand Song of Swords. The answer is yes. If you want to do that, you play. If you want to do, you'll play the giant mommy milkers simulator. How you do that is if we go scroll up to boons here. If you want to go full ham, you can probably go something like Berserker into Hale and Hardy with large assets. You can do that pretty good. If you really want to go a little bit ham, you can put Robust and Tall on top of that. So probably if you want to get like the full-on thing, large assets, Tall, and Robust will be pretty much everything. You can probably get Hale and Hardy in there as well. For Banes wise, if you need points, you could probably get something like Dire Past, Mute, or if you feel like if you want to really get the, play the game of gambling, you can go for Mind Broken, because that will probably work. There will be more of these boons and bans at the end, but I need to get combat done. But the idea in Song of Swords is that every single part of your body is technically a health bar. So if we consult this elf man here, this arm, this part of his arm, his hand, his head, his like upper chest, shoulders, head, chest, all of these parts are tracked on a scale of pretty much 0 to 5, 5 being effectively lethal. So if I get stabbed in the arm, for example, I might lose my arm because, again, I'm getting stabbed with it, I might lop it off, and I'm going to be bleeding and it's going to be bad. You can really only take about 2-3 big wounds in Song of Swords. Now, you may be wondering, Notepad, wait a second. Are you saying that you have to do things by the body? And the answer is, by sheer technicality, if I want to do a Song of Swords game 1-to-1, I would need to do individual body parts. However, for what we're doing here, that doesn't work. That does not comprende my pendeos. That's not how that, my descomensados, that's not how that works. So what I'm going to have to do is effectively adopt a system of, if I get rid of this real fast. When I'm calling it, when we calling it ravagement. Now, in traditional hentais, usually the term can't beat the dick pops up more than once, or it's just like, oh, I can't continue. You're going to, quote, break me, end quote. You get things like this being said. What I have to do is put that into game terms. And how that's going to be working is going to be tied back to your soul. Because right now, soul doesn't really do that much. In traditional hentais. No, Salmon, I don't think you quite understand. Last night, I sat down for a solid, like, 2.5 hours, and I just read hentai. Just to get information, just to find things to do. And it's like, alright, okay, gotta do that. Okay, that's gotta do that. I wasn't even doing anything. That's the worst part. It was just me, like, in the most boring method of just reading it. I'm just like, yeah, I was literally there for the plot. I read hentai for the plot. That was a problem. And, I swear to God and everything else. Just like, oh, good God. Hi, Sir Wolpertinger. How are you? Yeah, I'm getting paid money to write a porn game for reference's sake. And that porn game is me having to sit down and read hentai for quite literally research. And yeah, Salmon here is just like, oh, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, pretty much. It's great. That I am. It's okay. Let's see. Actually, the Wanderer of the Residents stamina acts as a natural barrier to tiring effect and successfully bypass begin to inflict fatigue upon them. Okay. Both parties. I can see what I want to say, and the idea I have is we tie it to your soul. Pretty much you have soul times 5. Yeah, actually, how do I want to word this? Pretty much your soul equals health tiers, and you get 5 wounds. I think wounds is the best way I can actually say wounds per tier. So if I take, say, for example, 3 wounds, I take 3 wounds, it bypasses my stamina by 3. I now have 2 out of my 5, and if I only have 3 soul, my health would look like something like this. If all that gets drained, I lose 1 of my soul permanently. Yes. And I actually had to sit down here and think about it for a bit, because one of the core ideas of this game is that you're entering the garden, horrifying nightmare realm of nightmares and unnatural things, and what they want is your soul at the end of the day. That's all they really care about. And the idea is that the garden wants you to stay. It wants you to stay there and pretty much tie your soul to it permanently. So I'm taking the concept of to term dying. And for those who don't know, dying was actually kind of a turn of phrase, one may say, for sex. Every time you had sex, you were dying a little bit. And actually, when you get some things, like in Romeo and Juliet, for example, being like, oh, I want to die in your arms tonight. That's what they're saying. Like, I want to have sex with you. I want to bug you. That's kind of the play on words there. So if I take the idea of dying in the roundabout way, it's you're literally dying, literally and metaphorically, because you're doing this. And that's why the residents also want to take it. And that's what the residents are trying to do. You have your creepy satyr man wanting to boink you, not because he actually likes you, is because he wants just a little morsel of your soul for himself. However, you fight him off, you pretty much outfuck him, and congratulations, you get a little bit of his soul. So it's kind of that give and take. Yeah, and don't worry, Wolpertinger, this is the worst possible stream you could have popped in on. Let's see, so if I take 3 wounds, 75, 5, 5. So at most, okay, so weakening both body and mind. Both parties have both parties have 5 fatigue for every piece of soul they possess. When during the encounter, should a party with more successes than their partner's stamina, actually STA, well, more successes than their party's stamina, you'll reduce their fatigue. You'll reduce their fatigue by that amount. They will reduce their fatigue by every 5 fatigue taken. Actually, no, we don't do that. You can do pretty consistent things, but I can respect that. Have a nice night as well. If you need, don't get too drunk. That's all I gotta say there. No, that's kind of rich coming from me, but that's what I do. During the encounter, should a party roll more successes than their partner's stamina, they will reduce their fatigue by that amount. So, for example, okay, then that works. Because naturally the Wanderer is going to have more soul than everyone else. And if they have more soul than everyone else, but pretty much you're draining it slowly. So you could come out of an encounter with like 1 out of 5 soul. Because you don't want to get in those big encounters. And because it's mostly a solo game, if you do that, yes, that should work. I should get something to drink, but instead I'm drinking some shitty iced coffee. I shouldn't. Maybe wondering, no, Pat, it's incredibly late. Why are you drinking coffee? It's because I'm a fucking masochist. Let's see. During the encounter, should party roll more successes than their partner's stamina, they will reduce their fatigue by that amount. Until 1. Yeah, this encounter. Yeah, welcome to all the various, hit locations. Reduce their total fatigue to 0. This point, unconscious to the acts being performed on them. Tendrils of the Garden's malign influence. Slicing off a small part of their soul. The quote, loser, this engagement, will have their soul permanently reduced by 1. But the winner will still have all of the soul they have lost reduced. Yeah, we'll still have all, but the winner will still have all the soul they have lost reduced. Actually, all the fatigue they. Temporarily. There we go. Hi, phone. How are you? What do you need? Okay, so let's see. Put a picture there. What do I need to do next? Luckily speaking, I don't need to do. Obviously, I don't really need to worry about missile damage or melee damage. Target zones and hit locations, that's not really a thing I need to worry about. Encounters. Fuck, do I do phases? Yeah, we can probably do phases. I was actually thinking about changing mobility in total. Of course, I'm getting text messages from my mother who wants information. How little she knows. My dear mother requires things from me. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so how about work? Yeah, okay, so here's the amusing thing. Okay, so you got each round, it's 3 phases. Alright, how phases work. You can act during it. However, during like phases, there are 3 bouts for each round. Now, these follow each phase. So you pretty much declare a phase, then the bout, which has 2 maneuvers per bout. High phone again. Okay, so if we do something like... Okay, so this is going to be the really awkward part. My mother likes sending goddamn, paragraphs at me via text message, and I reply with, like, yeah, okay. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. God damn it, Mom, why do you keep sending me text messages? Stop it, please. I just had everything I needed, and now it's gone. Damn it. Damn it. No, that's it. There we go. Cool. My mother, please stop. Please stop texting me. I'm writing pornography on the internet for money. It sounds a lot worse when you say it that way. Foreplay. What's the legal definition of foreplay? Let's check Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Can I even show half of these? No, I probably can't. Okay, actually, if I put it like right there, we can't see anything naughty. Oh, phew. Oh God, wait a second. I cannot show that. Oh God, I just realized what, there we go. See, I've actually told my mom about this. That's the best part. Mostly because I just didn't feel like talking about politics with her at that time. So I'm like, I'm writing a porn thing. And she's like, oh, tell me more. I'm like, all right. That's how you get to stop talking about politics at the dinner table. Explore one another's. I don't care about you, Sam. I care about Twitch reviewing these bots. Be like, oh, wait a second. He's reviewing porn. I'm like, no, please. Gotta fucking mark all these damn things 18 plus. I'm like, adult only. It's like, guys, please. Yeah. It's time for the one. Resident. Oh, this look. Okay, so now we get to make this go away. Yeah, all the other, sexual imagery in this thing, yeah, that's fine. The Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, has defined CBT. I mean, man, we can't do that. The CBT expansion will never ever come. Let's see. Hell, she does want to encourage me to write my porn novel because she just thought it was funny. Do heading 2 is the ambiguous sensation before the act. Seems very, very dramatic. The blows, delivered the blow necessary to conquer the soul. But we're being dramatic in this game. That's half the fun. Let's see. So I try to. From the list of available parts. And if we scroll up a little bit, ha ha ha, da 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 da. Go proficiencies. Proficiencies, please. Why aren't you? Oh, God damn it. Okay, select everything. Format columns 1. Format columns 3. Why are you the way that you fucking are? Oh my God, no, why? Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Okay, so if we do that, then we do that. God, fucking hate columns. Buttocks. Yes. Buttocks. I tried to use like more technical terms through here because I didn't want to say ass and titties. Like, no, that ain't. No, I'm trying to be a refined gentleman. This is a game of literary intent. Thank you very much. Let's see. Three chances each. Neutral relationships. 2 chances. And negative relationships. Negative relationships have 1 chance. Body. And that reminds me, I need to put in probably here. Heading 2. Sensitivity of the body. This section there, I've had it in there for a while. I've just never got around to writing it. We're all simple men here. Whichever character sensitive. Actually be sensitive. Next phase. Whichever character is the most sensitive body parts of their can choose whether or not to have control during the next phase of the counter. Okay, now we get to the weird part. Because this is pretty simple to understand. Hey, if you pretty much get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty much you have 15 guesses of where things are. And you can usually make a good guess of saying, like, all right, I have a feeling the chest is, is something, or the genitals are sensitive. Pretty much you get a good idea of, like, all right. Or if you have a positive relationship, you may already know, hey, I know her hands are sensitive. I know her lips are sensitive, and I know her knees are. So I'm going to try to, like, explore a little bit elsewhere, see what other parts are, sensitive. What other parts are deadened even. Because you do not know. And that's one of the things about this. What I want this combat system to be is that you do not know most of the time. It's a game of guessing, sort of, almost. It's like, all right, what do you like and what do I like? And how do we make this work? Okay, so here we go. Act of copulation, which is, or C, Control C, Control V. All right. How do I want to do this? Song of Swords. This is effectively the method of how you determine where what your orientation is depending on who goes first. However, we cannot use this. This does not work because of the method that we're using. This assumes that it's like I have my sword raised high in the air. I'm going to stab you in the face. That ain't how it works. Okay, so thrust target number, targeting opponent with X dice rolled. Okay. Oh god. Thinking about, all right. Additional combat rules. We do not care about any of that. We do not care about mounted combat. We do not care about encumbrance or any of the rest of this shit. Oh my god, I do not care. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I don't care, I don't care, I do not give a shit. It's astounding how little I give a shit. Yeah. Got him. Okay, so this is where things start getting a little bit complicated. Because I need to effectively do maneuvers. And I went over this last time, but look at all the various maneuvers. There's not going to be that many maneuvers. But what I can do is Sex is complicated but simple. Body system exchange. Intro begins. Two states of being during this time: control and position. Control is being able to determine maneuvers. Would maneuvers be the right fucking word for this? Oh God, why am I doing this to myself? You know what? I think Notepad needs some inspiration juice. Oh God! I have a half bottle of brandy and a dream. Let's do this, baby. You know I'm getting desperate when I'm just drinking it from the fucking bottle. Determine. Determine. Control the state. Okay, how do I want to do this? So, control is pretty much the idea of that you are in control of the situation. You're the one moving. You're the one doing things. You're the individual calling the shots. All right. Control the state of being able to determine. Drains the carrot. Actually, what we can do is control the state of being able to determine who is attacking and defending. Who's attacking and defending. Let's see, control and position. I don't know what you're talking about, Salmon. I'm not scary. Being on top confers bonuses, which is more. Okay. There we go. All right, so we have our basic concepts of position and control. Control is pretty much the easiest to understand. Pretty much being in control pretty much means that you get to, quote, attack or defend more. However, every time you attack, you reduce your own fatigue by the maneuver being used. So pretty much everything you do has a maneuver cost. It's a cost that you have to do while you are in control. While not being in control means you're not doing anything. You are kind of freewheeling. Every time you attack, however, to quote, defend. Own fatigue naturally. Having the back and forth. Having the back and forth of seizing / not seizing control being important. Because you get people like Minotaur style. Their entire thing, what the Minotaur style wants to do is they want to be in control and they pretty much want to destroy you immediately. They do not want to ever not be in control. But they also tire themselves out easily. But that's kind of the thing with them. You go fast, you hit fast, you go down fast. If you can't break their defense, you ain't going anywhere. However, the Gorgon, on the other hand, actually fast attack. The Gorgon, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. They have no attack, because they don't attack very well, but they have high-ass defense, meaning that they want to not be in control, because the longer they're not in control, the easier it is for them to deal with. You know, they're not being able to, they're having to expend resources to pretty much block you, and you're killing yourself. That's what they want to do. They want you to kill yourself rather than, the other way around. Okay, more drinking. Okay. So that's kind of the relationship there. Okay. Actually, what I can do. Okay. Fuck, that means we have to write maneuvers now. Yeah, okay, so. Actually, if we do something like. art. You don't... I can see it. I think that's the worst part about this entire thing, is that I can see what I want to say. I can understand what I want to say. Given enough time, I can probably monkey typewriter it, but I can't... Something isn't clicking up here. Okay, actually... When states have been determined, the text begins in honest. Characters during this time may perform maneuvers. Which are... they are committing to own ends or bring down their opponent's defenses. Well, we're going to actually performance art, basic maneuvers. The most basic maneuvers performed are as follows. Now, in Song of Swords, the basic maneuvers are, if it decides to load up, are pretty much, let's see, where are they? The really easy one. Swing, thrust, block, parry, void, initiative. We have to do the same thing, but different at the same time. So what we can do is something like, you get rid of all that, so we can do steal, actually take control, either, actually, those who are in not in control. And then we do X. For accruing an amount of... Because this is our... So our effective thing is going to be maneuver name, state, state, cost. And then we're going to have type, requirements, mechanics, success, failure, special. Okay, these are our basic maneuvers. So, our basic maneuver type is going to be a control base action. Requirement, not in control. Actually, what it is, actor is not in control. And we'll actually put maneuver instead. Maneuver. The character. Take control of the engagement. They roll the number of dice dedicated to the maneuver. They roll the number of dice dedicated to the maneuver against the RS. Actually, it would be target number 5. So we want to do against the RS equal to controlling character in controls. God, what's it? Strength. Strength, yeah, that probably. Character in control STR. And dedicated TN7. So if you have strength 5, they need to hit effectively RS5, which could be very difficult for them, but you know, if their LP is high enough, that means they can just do it. You're dedicating a large number of dice to do it. However, if they don't have high strength, you can seize control fairly easily. Actually, we can do ADR. Next character in controls, declared maneuvers, assigned die, assigned LP, TN7, success, to be in control. Next round, failure. The character loses. The character loses the actually loses fatigue equal to the RS. So trying this and failing could mean like you just fucking go down like real hardcore. Things go really wrong if you try to seize control and it's not working for you. So we can do not lose control, relinquish control, in control, half all LP, type control, requirement, actor is in control, maneuver. The character surrenders control to their partner, allowing them to fully take control, allowing them to take control of the encounter. They lose fatigue equal to dedicated defensive LP of their partner. So we do kiss either, X being the cost, type, act, requirement, actor has a head. Actor's lips are not deadened. Maneuver. Actually, target available section, limb, part, target available part. I went off the ride. I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, Jesus. Okay, target available part, making it some. I'm just losing my mind. That's what's happening. It's just a lot of half of remaining LP. Type, control, no, maybe type style, requirement, actor. Maneuver. Okay, so yeah, we got our basic one. We got our basic kiss. So we want to do, we've got our basic change style. We need to do a defensive one. Okay. Not in control. Actor is not in control. Incoming, okay, so taking my handy dandy notebook. Mind you, I have drank about almost all this brandy already. I am not an alcoholic. I can just drink very well. So, fucking Karma Sutra, god damn it. So we've got this one. Whoever looked at this notebook's gonna think I'm fucking insane. So that would be facing up, facing down, facing each other. Facing side. Yeah. That's about as much as you can get, theoretically. Really, Type. Requirement. Actor is in control. Maneuver. Actor roles. Dedicated LP. Equal to the number of successes. Do target number 7 there. And deals damage equal to the number of successes. Target number 7. Success. Actually, no, it wouldn't be success. It would just be. We can put cost. Cost would be. It would be X amount of your LP, in addition to, let's see, 3 fatigue. Okay, so the most basic understanding of this fucking thing so far. Alright, so if we take all of this. The worst part is I'm going to have to actually test this fucking combat system out myself. I'm going to have to just sit in probably the white room and just do this until a combat is done. I'm going to have to make 2 characters and I'm just going to have them bug. One of the other things too is I can't really assume any direct act between either man or woman. Because I have to account for the fact that it could be either, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but I hate to break it to everyone. Lady folk usually don't have penises, so that does change some of the numbers a smidge. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So if we go under here. Oh my God, there's so many goddamn things I need to worry about. But do I need to worry about it? That's the question. Must I actually worry about half these things? Probably not. That means I can probably have just a very limited amount of these. Wait a second, I need to... Three fatigue per position change, type, backward movement. Actually, we'll call it position. Requirement, actor is in control. New. Dedicated LP. Against their partner. Remaining defensive LP or Defensive maneuver. Defensive maneuver. TN7. Success. The character shifts the position of their partner. Alright, what I can do, actually, we can do that. Wait, do I have no from? No. I do not. Alright. Shift position of their partner to the desired place. Changing what parts are available, unavailable for targeting. And all right, so God. This bottle of brandy was decently full at the start of this. It is now almost done. Okay, so all right, you know what? I'm going to have to fucking do this. Notepad banned any percent. Speed run. Upper body, and arms. So if you do face to face, the top actor is currently in. Um, what this issue is at this moment, at this time, at this second, is that I need to get a method in there to portray differences in position. Unless I don't put that in, unless I use the change position, whether or not you're top or bottom, and then there has to be a definition of what top or bottom means, and then I need to do a bunch of different fucking maneuvers that cost a shit ton of fatigue, and maybe if I fucking hell. Okay, so thinking time. Thinking caps on, everybody. Thinking caps are on. Alright, so let's think of... We need to change position, except we don't really need to change position. We can already change style. We can already see if we see is in or out of control. If we say change position, bottom gets... What benefits does the bottom get? Bottom reduces fatigue expenditure? No. And then, fuck, if you word that, you get, shit. Yeah, I know, we're thinking time here. I'm flummoxed of what to fucking do here. That's my issue right now. Because I have to accommodate the goddamn maneuver system, and unfortunately the maneuver system is not made for fucking. It is made for sword combat. It is made for me grabbing my warhammer and shoving it up your goddamn ass and killing you. It's made for me taking a sword and decapitating you after slicing your neck open. It's made for using a spear and driving it into your heart. It is not made for me driving a metaphorical spear into a metaphorical place. It's not. That's not what this system's for. And if I use this method, god damn it, why did I take this fucking job? Fun fact, kids, I actually didn't want to take this. Once it was proposed to me, it was like, I don't want to do this really, because I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I took it anyway, because he's like, I'm going to pay you money for it, and I was like, no, you don't need to. And he's like, yep, I'm going to pay you money for it. It's like, fucking hell. Change position, top to bottom to top. However, what does the top do? What's the benefit of being on top? Tell me, past notepad, who's not had half a bottle of brandy. Bottom restricts our movement and ability. So if we go under the concept of top always has access to everything. That's the advantage of being on top. You have access to all parts. While bottom only has access to upper parts or lower. So pretty much if you're on bottom, you only have access to that. However, top pays full cost. Bottom recovers fatigue. No, that's terrible, because if you recover fatigue, you just want to be on bottom the entire fucking time from a gameplay perspective. Reduce fatigue expenditure, because you don't really have that much. No. Yeah, that might work. Reduce fatigue expenditure down by fatigue expenditure by 1. Yeah. I'm going to fucking crucify the person who paid me to do this. Okay, so shifts position with their partner to desired place. Top. Has access to all available parts. Bottom. Bottom. To either the top or bottom half of the top. And if we go under here, so if we do something like top half would be arms, chest, ears, head, obviously. Head, lips, neck, and lower half. Buttocks, calf, feet. What'd you put? Not hands. Hips, knees, thighs. So if we do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is actually pretty even, which leaves just gut. God, where does gut go? Where would you put gut? Top? Bottom. Time to axe the consortium. At here. Would you consider the gut to be top or bottom half of a human? Don't worry, everyone. I'll ask the like. That's what I would put it. I would say the gut's lower. But then if because if I apply that logic, then you could also say like, okay, well my hands are, but it's like, all right, kind of if I T-pose, it would be okay, yeah, it would be higher, lower, all right. Yeah, that's how I would do it. I could see an argument going either way. It kind of depends on where you divide the halfway point. Do you divide it at the chest, or do you divide it at like your belt, at your waistline? Because if it's the waistline, it's top half. But if you divide it at your kind of your chest half, it's yeah. I'm seeing a lot of lowers right now, so keep with it on lower for now. That's one of those kind of weird, like, you can be either or. Bottom, top half. Arms, chest. Head, lips, neck. Genitals, hips. Knees, thighs, and guts. Knees, thighs, gut. bottom. All right, so okay, so if we use this, okay, we got relinquish control, take control. Okay, these are our basic maneuvers. If we take these as the basic maneuvers, everything else can be built around these basic maneuvers. Then we got the kiss. Kiss is kind of that either can really do it. It doesn't really cost anything. Kiss target available power rolling dice with a TN of 7 and attempt to pretty much wear them down a little bit. God fucking damn it, Noonie bastard. Your quirky bullshit is unappreciated at this hour. I've been drinking. Too quirk for me. I shouldn't be saying anything. Alcohol makes me say naughty things. Alright, so we got these. We got our basic maneuvers. Most other maneuvers can be built around that idea. We can put in the basic maneuvers here. Alright, with maneuvers, now what else do we need? Okay, so we've got the ability to take control. We have the willing ability to relinquish control. We can change styles. We can endure everything, our basic defense. What we can probably do is add in more advanced defenses. Fuck. That reminds me, we need to do... Round is defined as a... When the two partners... rounds, turns... Turns and actions. An encounter is defined by 3 distinct moments in time, being the round, turns, and actions. The round is a is the full turns of both parties. A turn is the actions committed by a by one of characters during the encounter. And finally, the actions are the maneuvers and other actions committed during the turn. A character has as many actions as they can assign dice to. Character has as many actions as they can assign dice. They can assign dice to. However, they are done in sequence. They are done in sequence, meaning that the first action committed by the partner can disrupt the future actions of another. Example. Not an example. Alright, so under this logic, we have the basic idea of, for example, my first action, say I want to, as I'm in control, is I immediately just want to change positions. I want to change position. I want to put myself in a different location so I have an advantage. So I want to claim myself as top, because somehow I end up default on bottom or something. I don't know. I want to change that. I want to be, have access to a lot more. However, since that's going to be my first action, I'm going to dedicate 4 to this. However, they're going to dedicate 5 to enduring. So they're going to fight me on this. I win. Okay, change that. My remaining dice I can dedicate to something else. However, they can dedicate to another action. So it's always control, in control, out of control, control, in control, out of control. Is the basic back and forth, meaning that someone in control is has an advantage. It's advantage of declaring their actions first, but also has the disadvantage of declaring their actions first and allowing the one who is not in control to reassociate their dice as appropriate. So instead of declaring it in secret, it's kind of like, okay, I know you're going to go completely ham. I'm going to defend myself a little bit harder. Haha, that was the... But I, in fact, was going to perform this action that you may want to not defend against, but oh, you defended against it, and that's kind of the trick there. Haha. You know, I've forced you to... I've bamboozled you. Alright. So, if we do that, what I can do now is I'm going to scroll up the sensitivity of the body. So, the... final act of character creation is determining which parts of Wander are considered their sensitive areas. From the list of available human body parts, Wander must designate a number of parts equal to their HRN. So that's the HNY. Must designate a number of parts equal to their HNY as sensitive. When a sensitive parts of the body is acted upon, they do not reduce they do not reduce the fatigue by their stamina. They instead must rely entirely on their defensive maneuvers. Normally, a character at starting is going to have probably 2 to 3 2 to 3 out of, let's see, 15. Yeah, that's not really anything. However, that should actually make combat go a little bit faster, because I was initially worried that combat was going to take a little bit too long because of it was going to be get bogged down in like just this 1 to 2 to 3 to 4s. Like, oh, you're going to be doing like 1 damage, but that should. I'm hoping that actually mitigates a lot of the issues. I don't know why these things keep getting like gradually more fucked up. It's actually kind of annoying. We want to do format columns 1. It should be pretty simple to understand that I want 3 columns of 5, because there are 15 here. So I'm going to select everything and be like, all right, hey, Google Docs, I want, drumroll please, 3 columns of 5. There we go. Fine. Fuck it. Jesus Christ. And heading. Nope, nope, nope. Please, God. To contrast sensitivity. Sensitive parts. Certain regions of the body may also be considered deadened. Wander or any other resident does not feel anything from the body part, regardless of what is done to it. They do not gain fatigue from it being targeted. If the wanderer were to gain additional sensitive parts or deaden other parts with boons or bans, they must still take a number of sensitive parts equal to their HNY. Okay, so that works. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more maneuvers, but sensitivity of the body, wander or to gain. To the HNY, I'm going to put a footnote here for you. A footnote. For example, the Wander has chosen the, what's a good one? Sensitive body. Bane. They immediate negate another set. So body parts. And says body part in addition to their HRY. So if you can have 10 max and there's 15, you will never entirely be sensitive across your entire body as well. So that should mitigate some other factors. But by the time you hit HRY 10, it's fucking game over anyway, so. Alright, so. Okay, we're going to do a huge amount of just fucking maneuvers. I have been streaming for 1 hour and 45 minutes. Alright, here's the plan. I am going to head off for the night. Now, my goal is I'm going to write maneuvers. I'm going to write a lot of maneuvers tonight. That is my goal. And goal I shall complete. I don't know how many maneuvers. I just know I need a decent number of them to change up combat. Combat? I guess that's what you'd call this at this point. To give it a little bit more nuance between various actions taking place and various actions not taking place. So, in addition to that, because let me just see, wandering gains +1 LP when in control. Do not switch location of the maneuver. Chimeras are going to be an issue, so. Additional attempt at foreplay. Wander's fatigue reduces by -1. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so character creation is done. I already made a character, in fact, that he works somewhat, so I'm going to probably make him again, just to make sure that he double works. So, if we go up here, all the way up here. Technically, it was just combat, so let's say we get done with a few maneuvers. So, if I can get maneuvers to work properly. Pretty much, I'm going to stream tomorrow then. And tomorrow will probably be, if I can get combat done, I'm good. I'm done. The game's pretty much done when I get that done. Tomorrow's stream would be getting done with threats in the garden and becoming lost to the garden. Pretty much, hey, this is, like, these are kind of what residents kind of look like and how they act like. And this is what happens when you lose all of your soul. Pretty much what happens when you lose, and kind of like a pseudo game master's guide. And then we'd be done. So as of right now, we are currently at 7,000 words and 36 pages. However, I need to, if I can get maneuvers done, I'm wanting to get 15 maneuvers. That's my goal. 15 maneuvers that are, quote, advanced maneuvers. if I can do that, then I'm good. Then I think it works. Everything clicks together nicely. The goal, though, is getting that done, because I do not know if I can get that many. And kind of the tricks and conundrums that go along with it. But thank you all for watching. I know this was kind of an awkward stream of me crying myself to sleep a little bit, but it works. Combat is not fun in this game, but it in my mind it works. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. If things go according to plan and I get all the maneuvers and stuff done tonight, then tomorrow's probably it's gonna be probably a 2-part stream. The first half is going to be, hey, here's me wrapping up the entirety of Dying of Dryads. It's done now, with the second half being, here's what the plan is going forward. As well as probably doing some like early preliminary notes on the next project. If I've even gotten paid for that yet, which I don't believe I have. But that's kind of the plan. If you see a load of dice being rolled in the white room, it's probably because I'm trying to ERP with myself. Yeah, that's really the only explanation I have. So Godspeed, good luck everyone. You'll have a wonderful rest of your night. I'll catch you on the flip side.